is the fact that other people around them are protected. That's why immunization has the characteristics of a global public good.
Seth and Henrietta have made some really important points, and I want to just add a couple to those. Transmission of pathogens cross borders and mean that we're all at risk when any country is at risk. And as we say, especially for measles, which is one of the most transmissible pathogens, is that measles anywhere is measles everywhere. And when we have measles anywhere, it means every country must continue to immunize and immunize at the rate that it does protect every individual in the community.
Increasing numbers of cases, and clearly there's a concern across many of those countries, but certainly the most affected is Brazil at this point. We also note that the government of Brazil has approved the use of hydroxychloroquine for broader use, but we do point to the fact that our current clinical and systematic reviews carried out by the Pan American Health Organization and the current clinical evidence does not support the widespread use of hydroxychloroquine for the treatment of COVID-19, not until the trials are completed and we have clear results.
So my name is Simon Ateba from Today News Africa in Washington, D.C., and my question goes to Dr. Tedros. Earlier today, you mentioned you highlighted 7 aspects that WHO is using to fight COVID-19. And one of them was information, the fight against fake news. And you said we have worked with multiple partners, including Facebook, Google, Instagram, LinkedIn, and all the rest. So my question is, are you concerned that these companies, these tech companies, are using the fight against fake news to increase, in a way, communication racism by deciding that the only people who have the right information are Western and American newspapers? Are you concerned that when we are done with COVID-19, we may end up with, a situation where we have only one sources of information on, diseases around the world? Thank you.
And the way they're fighting the infodemics is by routing any questions that come to reliable sources. One is WHO, as you know, and others are local health authorities, reliable local health authorities. And when also we report if there is any information which is not science-based, and they have already cooperated in removing an information which is not science-based. So this is the way they're operating, and we believe that channeling people to WHO website or reliable local health authorities is actually the right thing to do so that people can get the right information. As you know, in addition to that, we have started a WhatsApp application. And in just a few weeks, as soon as we started, millions have joined, and we're managing to give them direct information which can help them to understand what COVID means and how they can protect themselves and also protect others. In terms of funding to the Solidarity Trust Fund, and these tech industries, by the way, are not just from the West only, but we have also from Asia, and they're cooperating. And I think this cooperation should actually be the foundation for even a stronger cooperation in the future. But I would like to use this opportunity to appreciate their support. It's a great, great support. Thank you.
And if I could maybe just expand slightly, because the DG referred very much there to the the tech companies who've been working very closely with us. But there is actually also a much broader movement that's been working with us in order to counter misinformation. We've been working through the EpiWin network, which is a network for information and epidemics that involves thousands of individuals, communities, health and trade organisations, employers' organisations, trade unions, food and agriculture organisations, faith-based organisations, youth organisations all over the world. And we've been engaged directly with them. And in that, I think for the first time ever, this organisation has produced over 130 risk communication products that are not in the form of guidelines. They're in the form of videos and animations, mythbuster articles and infographics, living frequently asked questions that are updated on a minute-to-minute basis. So as soon as we detect particular questions being asked by the global citizens, we see those questions coming on the internet, we immediately develop answers to those questions. So rather than waiting 3 weeks for bad information to spread, we try to engage much more directly to amplify good messages. And we've had...
Oh, good. Thank